we came up with this idea of stretching a 1951 Ford Convertible, primarily from the 57 that I had stretched a couple years prior, the idea coming from one of Mongoose's rigs, but Henry had a idea of a short stubby front end, which his 49, 50, 51 Fords were all about the same. So we came up with the concept of stretching it a foot, and we actually put 12 inches in the rockers there. And consequently, it took a couple of cars to do this. And a lot of our parts came from a Victoria, which was their first hardtop. The stainless around the belt line came from the Vicky, and the wheel wells have all been modified to duplicate one another from the front to the rear. The total concept was just really pretty amazing for those days. It generated a lot of interest in Oakland. It was in the 80s, in the early 80s when we did this, and Waldo actually did the artwork with the scallops and so forth on the side. That was his concept, and they're a blend.
Beautiful. Looks like a brand new build. Doesn't look like from the 80s.
Well, you know, it hasn't. It's been inside for all these years, and of course, just recently we just rebuilt everything from the motor to the rear end, from the chassis all the way through. The entire mechanical end of the car was all completely redone.
Super. It's a tubular chassis, you say?
Yeah, it's a 4x2 tubular chassis that Bill Hart had built for us in the 80s, and we did the mint green on the chassis frame and came up with the black. And the interior was designed by Danny Miller. We actually won our class in Oakland that particular year, and we came up with some Riviera seats were the first seats that were actually hydraulic or electric, I should say, and maneuverability. So we wound up with some Riviera seats, and Danny upholstered them and went for the Connolly Leather and did his design from there. But that's how that came about. As far as the instrumentation, it's all VDO gauges. You know, we tried to retain the original appearance with the layout of the Victoria dash, as well as the steering column. The steering column is an aftermarket tilt wheel with all the essentials, you know, turn indicators and adjustments and so forth. But we tried to retain the original appearance, and it worked out very nicely.
Great job.
Yeah.
What do we have as our power plant?
The power plant is a brand new crate 502. It's a large. It probably has about I don't know, a couple hundred miles on it. Those are Larson valve covers that I've had for a number of years, and they've been, you know, they haven't made those in quite some time. It gives it the appearance of a Hemi or kind of a different looking Chevrolet. But it's a brand new 502, and it's attached to a turbo 400. Has a Currie rear end, and all of that is brand new. Everything has been completely redone.
Super. We'll hold on a second. We'll get it fired up.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, fired up. Looks good with the top up too.
Recently, that's the only way I've seen it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, my name is Dave Henry, and if you care to give me a call and make an offer on this fine convertible, I'd sure appreciate it. My cell phone is 805-705-4924. That's 805-705-4924. And please visit my website, which is spokemotors.com. That's spoke, S-P-O-K-E, motors, M-O-T-O-R-S.com. Thank you very much for tuning in.